Welcome back to Movies That Matter, the podcast where entertainment is subjective, and that's not a bad thing. I'm your host, Chris Flaherty, here in the podcast studio at Burlington Cable Access Television. Last year marked the 30th anniversary of not one, but two beloved animated films released by Walt Disney Pictures, and today we discuss the second of those two, Pixar's original Toy Story. It was released on November 22nd, 1995, directed by John Lasseter from a screenplay penned by himself, Joss Whedon, of all people, Joe Cohen, and Alex Sokolow. I apologize for mispronunciations. And the film stars the voices of Tom Hanks, Tim Allen, Annie Potts, Don Rickles, and many others. And fresh off the last episode, I would like to welcome back my guest today, John Vias, production assistant at Hull Community TV, former production coordinator here at BCAT, and officially the third groomsman on the pod, fourth groomsperson overall. John, it feels like yesterday where I saw you when we were recording for an episode.
It felt like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
It's great to be back.
Time is fleeting. All right, so let's make up for lost time.
You got it.
So in your own words, and I know it's ridiculous the more well-known the movie is, but in your own words, can you tell us what this film is about?
The ideology that inanimate objects have lives of their own.
That's deep, man.
Toys coming to life when the child leaves the bedroom for a certain period of time, which is an idea that has been done before, but not to this degree. Woody is the veteran toy, Andy's favorite toy.
Right.
And Buzz is the rookie, who thinks he's the real deal. If I'm just gonna say that, if you know, you know.
Yeah.
And
for sure.
I'm sure you know. And it's about two friends that have to put their differences aside in order to work together in that kind of sense.
Yeah.
But Buzz Lightyear is Andy's new birthday gift, and then through certain events, Woody and Buzz are quote unquote lost. Yeah.
It's a push-pull between the old toy and the new toy, and they're forced to work together, and eventually they find out that they've got a friend in each other. Yes. Do you remember the first time, or do you remember how you first learned about Toy Story back in the day?
Well, I was, 2 years old in 95, so don't remember too much, but I do have a faint memory of my father taking me to go see the original Toy Story in the theater, because I have this image in my mind of like the staff meeting scene, and Woody's behind the podium. Yep. But really, like, I remember it more through subsequent VHS viewings. It was the VHS was gifted to me a couple years later as a birthday present. Even before then, that was like the movie I'd watch at like other people's houses before then, because I remember my cousins had them, and I was so enthralled with, they had their own toys from the movie, which proceeded to, Buzz and Woody becoming Christmas gifts of my very own.
Nice. Life imitating art right there.
Exactly.
That's awesome. I think back in the day, like, commercials were how I found out about movies, and I remember the commercials with the very first, like, original Toy Story logo with, like, the white lettering and the red. Yeah. And I just remember thinking, like, wow, there's like a movie with Mr. Potato Head in it. I want to go see that, Mom. I want to go see the Mr. Potato Head movie.
I knew that version of Potato Head before I even knew what the original version looked like.
Really?
Yeah, well, how there's the version with the green hat and, like, no mustache.
Yeah. Not this guy. No. We'll talk about him later. So you actually got to see this one in theaters, like, back when it was originally released. That's awesome. Yeah,
I don't remember too much of what that was like, but I can only imagine what that final scene looked like when they're in the sky.
Yeah, I did see this one in theaters too, and I just remember, like, it was really like a surreal moment. Like, they're just toys, but some of the scenes feel huge. Especially the final scene where they're chasing after the moving van and they light the rocket and everything. So what really sticks out with you when you watch this one?
Oh, there's so much about Toy Story that sticks out. It pops. It looks like a live action movie in some respect. As like a lot of CG animated movies from the era. And it really makes you think about what life is like from the perspective of like a small toy, a small inanimate object, just walking around on like the flight of stairs, and the stairs are huge, and it's like it's like going down a mountain for them,
Right.
Or how they run around outside, and just like the way, just like character movement, the way the toys form together to like save another toy's life. I know that's more so in the sequels, but it's just the way everything goes about it. It's like one big community, like what really like the Green Army men that have their own parachutes, and they're making their way marching into the hallway. Somehow they're able to sneak a baby monitor into a plant.
Yeah.
And then, read on and, just communicate with the other toys in Andy's room. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, this film, and really just a lot of the original Pixar movies really tap into the imagination of a young child's mind. Like, what do these toys do when I'm not in the room? Or like, what's going on with those ants in the hill? Or like, what happens when like the monster goes behind the closet? This is what makes Pixar Pixar.
Oh yeah.
And
the emotions in your head now.
The emotions in your head now, or the kid who has anxiety that ends up going to outer space, which I really liked Elio. I'm not knocking Elio.
I thought Elio was a great movie.
Elio was a lot of fun. Any characters you particularly gravitate to?
There's a little bit of Woody and Buzz in all of us. I think like Woody is this great leader. He's always looking out for his friends. Tries to does with the best of his ability to know what's best for everybody, what's best for the kid that is picking him up every day. And then with Buzz, it's like he can outshine Woody a lot, but he is also as very much human as any other toy in that room. And I think he's the one that understands Woody the most out of them all.
Yeah, he definitely respects Woody as a lawman, because he says sheriff.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, Sheriff. A weaker man would have fallen under such torture. For lack of a better phrase, they're very three-dimensional characters. Woody's not the nicest dude in the room.
At least not in the first movie.
Not in the first movie, but really not until like they get to Sid's house does he really start to soften up a bit.
There's a lot of humbling for him after he sees what these toys go through.
Yeah,
and like they're not. Oh, these toys he calls them mutant toys, but it's like they weren't. It's like they didn't choose to be this way.
No, and you could totally like make a case for Buzz being like obnoxious. Like he's very full of himself. He's the Space Ranger sworn to protect the Galactic Alliance. And then he has this literal fall from grace when he realizes this is not who I am, or rather who I'm supposed to be. So yeah, for two toys, they're very well written characters. Who among leads me to my next question: who among the voice cast really sticks out to you
nowadays? Now that I've seen more of their work outside of Toy Story, I think the all-star cast is perfect. You got as Ham. You got John Ratzenberger from Cheers.
Yes.
Who I think is still voicing at least like one character from every Pixar movie to this day.
It's hard. It's getting harder to find him.
Yeah, like I was trying to look for his voice in Coco, and I couldn't find it.
He's in Coco. He's the skeleton that's going through the checkpoint that has like braces.
Okay.
But really, like anything after Onward, it's getting harder to find him.
Really?
Or I don't even know if he's in them anymore.
Yeah. And then you got the late Don Rickles. Mr. Potato Head is just like a reflection of like his stand up
Don Rickles is
comedy.
Mr. Potato Head.
He really is,
honestly.
And Jim Varney, Ernest.
Jim Varney, yeah,
is just great with Slinky. Know what I mean?
Yeah, he's incredible. The whole cast is incredible, and Tom Hanks, Tim Allen. That's all I really need to say. Maybe Tim Allen's greatest role. I don't know. Someone will argue with me.
You could say the Santa Claus. You could say Home Improvement.
Yeah. I think this shows like a lot more emotion from Tim Allen in a performance.
Yeah, I think I forget if it was an interview for Toy Story or for the Santa Claus. Tim Allen said, like, I never liked working with kids.
Yeah. Oh, well. Irony. What are some of your favorite scenes or moments from the film?
Some of my favorite scenes or moments of the film. I like, probably going to be going back and forth with scenes, but...
Sure. I mean, that's what we do.
Particularly the character, Buzz's character development in Sid's house. After, he jumps off the fence and breaks his arm falls off.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how that's possible, because, like, this guy, they're all screwed in. It's impossible for his arm to fall off.
He fell the right way somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, and this scene ages like fine wine. It is, like, literally when he's having a tea party with the rest of Sid's sister's dolls that don't have heads.
Which is a scene that, like, I have a new appreciation for on this last rewatch. Because what did he say? Oh, I didn't even pick up on the Marie Antoinette joke.
Yeah, 1 minute you're defending the whole galaxy, and suddenly you end up sucking down Darjeeling with Marie Antoinette and her little sister.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that went right over my head.
That is how that is how I learned who Marie Antoinette was. I Googled that, and I'm like, oh my.
Yeah, I had to think for a second. I'm like, she was beheaded, right? I'm like, yup, that's the joke right there. Yep.
I think you've had enough tea for today. Let's get you out of here, Buzz. So, like, Buzz basically, he's like, it's like he's drunk, only, he's not actually drinking anything. No,
he's having a huge crisis of faith.
Yeah, but then, like, when he's got the rocket strapped to him, and, Woody is under, like, the blue milk crate.
That little back and forth is incredible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we come back to that in the second, third, and to some degree the fourth movie.
Oh, yeah, it's the recurring theme that, like...
Yeah.
And I'll talk about
every time.
It a little bit,
It gets better every time.
Yeah, there's so many, like... when I was rewatching this, I saw the seeds of, like, the future movies being planted, almost. Because there was, like, the one moment where Woody breaks down that he's a lost toy. And I'm like, funny how the timetables. And then, what else was there?
Do you really think Andy's going to go to college?
Yeah.
Going to take you to college or on his honeymoon?
Or, like, no, when they're afraid of all the birthday presents coming in, and Ham goes, we're next year's garage sale fodder for sure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, they really, like, I don't know if they had in mind, like, 2 through 4, and in some extenses 5 when they were writing this, but I was like, wow, they did a really good job of, like, picking up on what was set up in the first movie.
They really did.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I can't not talk about Pizza Planet.
Pizza Planet, one of the most iconic things from this movie.
Yeah, from the Crane game, the Green Aliens.
The Green Aliens.
Oh my god, iconic.
And the Pizza Planet truck. It's now in every movie.
Yeah, even in Brave.
Yeah.
A movie that takes place in a time period long before Toy Story is supposed to take place. Somehow there's a little silver statue of the Pizza Planet truck in the Witch's Cottage in Brave.
Is it in every movie?
I want to say so.
It gets harder to find the stuff in the 2020 movies.
I definitely saw it in like, we're talking 2017, not 2020 for this one, I know, but I remember in Coco, I remember seeing it drive past. I remember seeing, I think I saw it in Onward also.
It's been a while since I've seen Onward, but I definitely remember it in Coco. I know it was in Cars.
Yep. Oh, by the way, the gas station, Dynaco, the official sponsor of Lightning McQueen.
That's what I really loved about this movie, is like seeing like the origin of a lot of Pixar Easter eggs.
Yeah. Like
the Luxo ball and the lamp and everything.
And you'll notice when Woody, at the staff meeting in the beginning of the film, when Woody is talking about, moving day, Andy's bookshelf behind him.
Yes.
Those are titles of past Pixar shorts.
Yeah,
Andre
I had
and
that
Wally
in my
B.
notes. Yeah.
Yeah, Red's Dream, Knick Knack, Tin Toy.
And originally Tinny was going to be like the focus of this movie.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
And Woody was going to be this like wooden marionette.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was this whole like other version where Woody was like this giant marionette and Buzz was just this little like die-cast toy.
I've seen that those clips before.
Yeah. This movie definitely had some revisions that it needed to go through.
Oh, yeah, no. When you hear about, the amount of, stress it took to, really. I think they had to rewrite the whole thing because of a meeting with Katzenberg.
The Black Friday reel.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Woody was a very big jerk.
Yeah.
In the original draft, and he did not like it at all. And we make fun of Katzenberg a lot in these last 2 episodes.
We have.
But he knew what he was doing. He didn't always communicate it right, but he knew what he was doing. Yeah, I remember watching the. I think it was on the original DVD release where they showed the Black Friday reel that they showed Katzenberg, and Woody is a jerk in that movie.
Yep.
Like, he actually, he threw Buzz out the window.
Yeah.
Not accident. It was a toss. And then he treated Slink like a jerk.
Yeah. And Slinky's supposed to be his loyal friend.
Yeah. So, it's always interesting to see how these classics initially start out. I think one of my favorite scenes, and we already talked about a little bit, is definitely chasing the moving truck.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of, the best climaxes in a Pixar movie. And I really hope, I would like to see a homage to the flying or falling with style in Toy Story 5 at some point. Maybe in the climax. I don't know.
We'll have to see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, that should have happened in 4 probably, but
maybe
it should have happened in 3. I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of did. Buzz was flying, but then he bumped into one of those carnival rides.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The Buzz Lightyear commercial, when Buzz walks into the living room. So you notice a couple Easter eggs. So there's a bunch of cans of grape soda. And if anyone's ever seen Up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never picked up on that.
I didn't pick up on that either until a week ago. When Carl gives, the Ellie badge to Russell.
Yeah.
And that's just the grape soda bottle cap.
Nice. I wonder, because when they're listening to the, and it's not really a Pixar Easter egg, I just wonder if it's a connection. They're knocking the kid who gave Andy bed sheets for his birthday. And then, during Strange Things, we see the new Buzz Lightyear bed sheets.
Who invited that kid?
I know, I'm just wondering, maybe that was the bed sheets. And also, I love, you hear that he's getting Battleship as a birthday present. And then later on, we see Ham and Potato Head playing Battleship.
Yep.
I love little, subtle things like that.
Oh, me too.
Yeah. Back on the Lightyear commercial, what really threw me is the announcer calls Buzz the world's greatest superhero.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that what he's supposed to be? Okay.
TV announcer, that was Penn from Penn and Teller.
No way.
Yes way.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That might be the Pixar Easter egg right there. Oh my god. Wow. Are there any other cameos like that in this movie?
Not that I can remember. I say analog because it's Toy Story and I've seen it millions of times.
Bill Farmer's listed in the credits, but I don't know who he is or what he does in this movie.
Might be additional voices.
Yeah, I don't know what additional voices.
Oh, back to the moving van when Slink goes, "Quick, go on my tail," and then he jumps out because he can extend as far as he can, and he's trying to get them. And then while he's holding them for dear life, Molly's up in the front seat. I don't know why you'd seat an infant in the front seat of a car, but they're listening to Hakuna Matata.
That was one of those moments in the movie theater where I was like, wait, what? Lion King exists in this movie? That's crazy. And probably one of the very few times a Disney movie is directly referenced in a Pixar movie.
Yeah, aside from the giant Mickey Mouse wall clock that Andy has in his room.
And that, yeah. But you don't see anything else like that in other Pixar movies. I don't think.
Very rarely. I remember in Cars 3, Mater, this is a very obscure reference, but in Cars 3, Mater's organizing tires, I think, and he's singing the In the Bag song. Remember Humphrey the Bear?
Yes.
Yeah, there's that cartoon where it's all the bears in the park, they're picking up trash and they're dancing to it.
Oh. Okay. That is a deep cut.
I'd have to show it to you. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's the song Mater singing In the Bag.
Any other favorite jokes or jokes that went over your head as a kid that you laugh at now?
The word I'm searching for, I can't say, because they're a preschool toys present.
Love that one.
That and okay, then Mr. Lightbeer, prove it.
I did not realize until this last rewatch he said light beer.
You know, I watched when I was in college, back when there were only 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
We went through them together one night with my roommates. We didn't go out to party that night, and then my buddy Will said Mr. Light Beer and started cracking up, and
incredible. Oh, I do love that Rex says he's part of Mattel, but only because of a hostile takeover. And I was like, wow, Mattel was really doing it even back then.
What happened to Mattel?
No, like Mattel took over the distributor of Rex, I guess. Whoever owned the Rex toy, the dinosaurs, whatever.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the noose on the Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah.
I saw that and I'm like, what? I'm like, also the fact that they got, we talk about the voice cast. Arlie, I can't say his name.
Oh, yeah, from
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, great movie.
As the Green Army Man. They slipped Where's Your Honor dirtbag into this movie.
Yeah.
And I just know that I definitely repeated that in school or at home one day and got chewed out for it.
Oh, yeah. I got chewed out after like watching a Goofy movie and calling my brother a doofus.
It happens. In all the times you've watched this film throughout the years, were there any like specific times that really stick out in your memory?
Oh, there's a lot. So it was one of my favorite things to put on like in the middle of summer. It's just a very atmospheric summer movie, especially towards like when they're outside, and I just love listening just to the ambient sounds, whether if it's like a bird singing or like the next door like this neighbor's dog is barking.
Yeah.
And I like that about all 4 of them. I would also say when it was reissued to theaters, it was re-released to theaters as a double feature with the second one in 2009 to promote the third movie. And then me, my mom, my brother went to that together. That was a lot of fun.
That's cool.
And then I recently saw it last year because they were doing a 30th anniversary screening at AMC. I was the only one in the theater.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, I got the popcorn bucket to prove it.
Oh, still in the popcorn bucket craze.
I literally just only have 2. That one and Taylor Swift.
No, just like it,
Store.
just like
But
this
yeah.
whole like thing of like, oh, we got to get people back in movie theaters. What do we do? Popcorn buckets.
But a longtime friend of mine could tell you that when we were little kids, I made him watch it probably like more than once. Let's just say that.
Well, it's a great movie, and I can't blame any young kid for like loving this because again, like it taps into the imagination of like what are our toys doing when we leave the house.
Oh yeah.
And like we want to like it's literally it does what we did with our toys. Like it didn't matter if like like this is a cowboy doll and a space ranger from a different franchise. No, we're going to use what we have to make stories.
Yeah, showing kids that
playtime.
like you can cross over like anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That first scene, the opening sequence is gold. Mr. Potato Head has a gun. And he's got the Slinky Dog to back him up. And Sheriff Woody's going to come stop him.
And he's got his dinosaur.
Yeah.
That eats force field dogs.
It eats force field dogs. Did you have any of like the toys that were in this movie? Like, did you have a Mr. Potato Head?
I did.
Or like a piggy bank?
So I had Mr. Potato Head. That was actually the first one I got. That was a Christmas gift. We have that moment captured on home video.
Nice.
And I think it wasn't until a year later I got. I think Buzz was gifted to me by my aunt, and then the next day I just remember the next day. I don't even remember if it was Christmas morning but I unwrapped Woody like immediately the next day. That was nice.
Yeah.
But as for the other toys, I really like. It would have been nice to have them all, but I mostly had like Rex and Slinky and RC in the form of like Burger King, McDonald's toys.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like Jessie was also a Christmas gift too, sometime later.
I know. I had a barrel of monkeys before like the movie, and it's interesting like how some of these toys have become more well known because of Toy Story.
Yeah,
yeah. Like Mr. Potato Head is still a thing. I had a Mr. Potato Head before the movie came out. I think everyone and their mother had a piggy bank.
Oh, yeah.
Little Green Army Men for sure. And just, dolls and dinosaurs.
Yeah, like Barbie dolls before Toy Story 2 came out.
Yeah. Or the, I don't remember his name. Not the Etch-a-Sketch, but the Etch-a-Sketch is one. They use him as a PA system.
PA system. You mean the baby monitor?
No, it's when they're doing the meeting and Woody uses the microphone.
Oh, that's Mr. Mike. That's
Mr. Mike.
It's like a karaoke tape recorder.
Yeah, like
machine.
I'm sure everybody had some variation
yeah,
of that.
I had a tape recorder kind of like that, just without the eyes. I had the microphone.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's interesting to see how these toys got a new life because of this film.
Yep.
And now, they're being resold by resellers on eBay at thousands of dollars.
You can find a Magic 8-Ball at Five Below.
Oh, yeah. Again, Magic 8-Ball. There's another one. How do you think this film is a reflection of your tastes in movies?
It's really sparked an interest in animation. Not that I wasn't already into, the Disney classics, but ever since Toy Story and from following that with A Bug's Life, those two movies alone really fostered a love for CG animation.
Nice.
And I don't know. It's just there's really only one Pixar.
Yeah. No one does it like them.
And then every time a new movie comes out, there's always something that kind of gives me that same, summertime kind of feeling, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's a unique type of comfort.
Yeah, even the short films, even the ones from the 80s that have no dialogue, or Jerry's Game.
Yeah.
And
Knick-Knack.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
But aside from Toy Story, two of my other favorite Pixar movies of all time are Monsters, Inc. and Ratatouille.
Classics. Yeah. Not even just Toy Story, but just the entire franchise, did it and this is kind of a weird question, but did it change your perspective or your relationship with your toys?
Oh yeah, I hate throwing out toys.
Yes, because ever since Toy Story 3, I hate getting rid of toys.
Oh, ever since the second one, I'm I can't throw anything out.
It emotionally ruins me.
And my parents were always adamant about just keeping my room clean and just not hoarding stuff. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it was hard.
Yeah. We're going to talk about I see you emulated Andy on your merch over there.
Oh yeah,
which we'll talk about. But yeah, no, it's hard to get rid of toys sometimes. Which is now I'm let me donate them. So at least I know they're being taken care of. And also in my head, I'm this one's not alive because I didn't really love it. Trash. I think that's how I justify getting rid of some toys. Not that I have a lot of toys at my house, but anyway. What was your Woody and Buzz growing up? What's the treasured toy you really had as a child? And then what was the newer, sleeker one that sort of took?
You mean besides Woody and Buzz?
Besides Woody and Buzz, yeah. What were the things that you really clung to as a kid?
Well, let's see. I always had this thing for those small PVC dollar store little Disney figures.
Oh, of course.
You put on birthday cakes.
Oh, I had so many. I had storage bins of Disney figurines back in the day.
So did I. I wish I still had them.
I know. But again, they were donated to a good cause. So
I think another one would probably be it was the Mickey Mouse plushie that was given to me as a baby.
Nice.
And then but in terms of but I think what quote unquote replaced that, they weren't replaced, they were just they were just stored away for a bit, was probably in the era of Game Boy Color and Pokemon.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Thomas the Tank Engine was my Sheriff Woody, and then Pokemon was my Buzz Lightyear, which is when you think about it.
Exactly.
You picture a Toy Story movie where it's it's a talking train and then a Japanese electric rat fighting each other.
Yeah, the only downside of that was I looked in my closet one day and Barney wasn't there anymore.
I think I had a Barney. I don't know. I still have a Sorcerer Mickey doll from Disney on Ice. I think that was like one like that was like a treasured as a child.
I had one too. I don't have that one anymore, but I did get a newer one in recent years.
Yeah. And this is kind of a perfect segue into my next question. Any treasured pieces of Toy Story merchandise in your collection, either from your childhood or now? I wish we don't have a video. I'll take a picture of them and put them up with the episode. But yeah.
I'll show you.
You've got the OG dolls with you right now. Yeah, pull it right up to the...
Yeehaw, cowboy! There's a snake in my boots.
Now that's Jim Hanks, not Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Tom Hanks' brother.
Yeah. He's got the not the life-size, but the full-size Woody and Buzz and Jessie here with us.
Buzz Lightyear to the rescue. To infinity and beyond.
Were those Disney Store purchases?
Jessie was. I'm not sure about the other two.
Yeah.
And then Jessie doesn't. You never see her string in like any of the movies, but
yeah.
I guess.
Awesome. And yeah, you emulated Andy and you wrote your name on the feet, which is incredible. I did that too.
This is my dad's handwriting on Buzz.
Nice.
And I wrote and like Woody and Jessie. That was on my own.
I had that Woody and I had that Buzz. I had a few action figures that I might still have actually. Other than those, like any other Disney merch.
I did have a remote. I did have an RC.
Oh, me too.
But it was weird. It was from when it was after Toy Story 2 came out, and I remember opening it up and being so disappointed because the remote control was wired to the car.
Oh,
so it's like, I have to, I can't just sit here and watch the car and just like watch the car go. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, I had the RC and I definitely I recreated the final chase, like putting my Woody and Buzz doll on it.
Oh, I did that too.
And it was remote control, but I think I destroyed it because I didn't do the remote control. I just pushed the car by myself.
It always that's how it happens.
Yeah. How many physical copies of this movie do you own?
All right, so I've got the original version from the 96. I've had that for years. I did thrift a copy of the repackaged special edition from 2000.
Sick.
And let's see, I've got the 2-disc 10th anniversary edition DVD from 05, and the Blu-ray that they came out with in 2010.
I have the DVD version of that. Regrettably, I don't own the first 2 Toy Stories on Blu-ray. I need to get on that. Or 4K. I think 4K would look awesome.
Oh yeah, I think 4K would look great. I do not own the 4th one on Blu-ray, just the first 3.
I do own the 4th one on Blu-ray. Was a gift to me. Disney, I love collecting physical media, but Disney movies I don't rush to anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. I pick and choose what I collect on, what I buy on physical media.
Well, that and it's like we know where it's going to be for the foreseeable future. It'll be on Disney Plus, which I have a gripe with because when I watched this on Disney Plus a few nights ago, they did not do the classic Pixar version of the Disney Castle on Blue. They replaced it with the generic logo.
That's what it was like that's what the 3D version was like.
Made me mad.
Yep.
Took away some nostalgia for me.
But somehow that fanfare is still included in like the soundtrack, the legacy edition of the soundtrack. Oh,
do you have the Legacy album?
No, but I've checked it out before from the library, and yeah, I was just like, it's still there, but how come we? Who knows? Maybe in some time, because like all of Walt's movies, they get when they get remastered for Blu-ray and streaming, that RKO Radio Pictures logo. It's often when they re-released it, they'll replace it with like distributed by Buena Vista, like in some respects they won't have an opening logo at all. The Blu-rays and Disney Plus, they've been doing like they've been including all the pre-1955 Disney movies have their original RKO logo intact. So who knows?
That's awesome.
Wishful thinking, but I can dream, can I?
This is Potato Head. There's a lot of old Disney movies that I wish would get like proper physical releases again.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch and Emperor's New Groove got 4K releases last year. So, I mean, there's hope
There
for
is.
more. A Goofy movie in 4K, please.
But all the old classics are getting released in 4K too. I know we got Snow White and Cinderella.
Right, yeah, they
in
did
4K.
make them in 4K on Disney Plus. And we got those 100 Steelbooks in 2023. I picked up a few of those, which are just repackages of previous versions, but it was still nice to have on the shelf.
They are.
Yeah. Some of your favorite pieces of trivia or fun facts from the film that we haven't discussed already?
Something I also just back to Easter eggs. There is. I like seeing all the different board games there. Board games that we're already familiar with, like Clue, Twister, Candyland. And again, we talked about how the Pizza Planet truck is in every Pixar movie. But there is one scene, like there's one part in Pizza Planet when Woody and Buzz are hiding in between like the arcade machines. And they see Andy, his mom, and Molly walking by, and Andy goes, "Mom, can I play Black Hole, please?" And I learned years later that I don't know if that was intentional or not, but Disney did create a sci-fi movie in 1979 called The Black Hole. It was supposedly like their answer to Star Wars long before they acquired Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I remember. I have a vague memory of the Black Hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with Toy Story 2 through 4?
Oh, so I love the second movie. The third movie couldn't have come out at a more perfect time, like right before I'm about to graduate high school.
Oh my God, you poor thing.
That wrecked me.
It came out after I finished my freshman year of college, so it wasn't as fresh, but it still hurt a little bit.
Oh yeah. But the second movie, my parents took me to see it 3 times.
Wow.
And just I was all about it. Like 2 years in a row. Like I had my childhood birthday party was Toy Story 2 themed, and that's where like most of my Toy Story merchandise growing up came from. Like specifically from the second movie.
Yeah, I think the second one might be my favorite. Honestly,
it's a really good one. Out of all the sequels, the second one is my favorite.
And we almost didn't have it. Remember,
No, we
it was
didn't.
almost accidentally deleted.
Yeah.
In its entirety. That's crazy. We actually saw, my family and I, we were on the Disney cruise around the time of its release, and we actually got to see an advanced screening of it on
so
the cruise.
jealous.
Yeah, it was nice. That's my little humble brag for the day. How do you rank the 4 Toy Stories?
It's a good question. Like 2 and 3 are in a little bit of a tie with each other. But I'd probably say, honestly, I'd say all of them in order of when they came out. But that's not to say any of them are bad. Because
No.
4 was still a very good movie.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I forget who said it, but someone said, like, yeah, Toy Story 4 might be the worst Toy Story, but, like, being the worst of a Toy Story franchise is not a bad thing.
No.
In any way, shape, or form.
Honestly, I think 5 is going to be decent at the very least.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, what are your hopes for 5?
Yeah. The iPad thing is going to. We'll see what happens.
It's going to be either a big swing and a miss, or it's going to really hit us. I don't know how it's going to go.
I hope it comes off as humbling in some way.
Yeah, I hope they justify bringing Woody back, because somehow he's back with them.
Yeah. And I don't know if I noticed, but remember in the 4th movie when they're in the antique shop and Woody loses his voice box because Gabby's yanking on it so hard as he's trying to escape, and so there better be like a good explanation of how he came back to Bonnie's house.
Yeah, and is Bo Peep in this one?
I think she should be.
It would be weird, like, because like he left with her.
Yeah, and she was like well established, and we saw like another side of her personality after like what we saw of her in the first 2 movies.
Yeah, I think if you asked me a week ago, I probably would have went in terms of like least favorite to favorite, 4, 1, 3, 2. Now I think it's 4, 3, 1, 2.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I can see that. Out of all the sequels, when the third one had just come out, I'm like, oh, this is like the best. And then, like, after rewatching, Toy Story 2 as an adult, maybe it's just nostalgia goggles, but it really is the best out of all four of them.
It is the best sequel out of all of them.
Yeah.
I think 3 is good. I mean, I think everybody was riding the 3 hype train.
Oh, yeah. 2 had the best video game adaptation. Oh, my God. One of my first N64 games was Toy Story 2.
I was talking with our friend Varys like a few days ago. Like the art of a video game tie-in for a movie has just been lost in
It
this
really
modern
has.
age.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I digress. I feel silly asking this, but how do you think Toy Story is represented in Disney parks? As if it is, it's plastered everywhere.
Oh, let me tell you about my last trip to Disney.
Yeah,
2018, and we booked the trip, and then the next day, it was announced that Toy Story Land was going to open up at Hollywood Studios.
Right.
And I'm looking at the calendar, I'm like, oh, okay, maybe we can like switch around our plans a little bit. Oh no, it's not opening until 2 weeks after I'm back at work.
Dang.
Yeah. So I gotta wait a little bit longer. I weed out my Disney trips. Like at this point, it's been like every 10 years or so, at least once
Well,
per
you
decade.
want to spread it out because they're always doing something new.
Yeah, and that's just it's a lot of money to
Yeah.
be rolling around.
I think last time I went to World, they were building Galaxy's Edge, and I don't think Toy Story Land was being constructed yet. Or maybe it was because you went right after me.
Yes, I remember
Yeah.
that. You went in February, and then I went in June of that same year.
Yeah. So I don't think they announced it yet. I don't
No,
know.
they didn't.
But I haven't seen Toy Story Land yet. So.
Tomorrowland, the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin was the first and last ride we went on.
Nice.
Tomorrowland, whether during the day was great, extra magic hours, riding that at 10:30 at night was a blast.
Nice.
No pun intended. But I don't know if this is true or not, but the Emperor Zurg voice in Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin, I believe that's Jim Cummings.
Oh, I have to go back to World and listen again.
Yeah, or maybe you'll hear
Or you
it.
just look it up.
Or if you said you're going to Disneyland next week, if you
Yeah.
ride Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters, maybe.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I do think there is a lot of Toy Story in the parks.
There is. I remember, and I know this through pictures, there was the Pizza Planet restaurant that later became Muppets Pizza Rizzo.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I have a distinct memory of I've got photos there of an anxious 3-year-old me not looking at the camera, and my mother's trying to keep me straight as we're right next to Buzz and Woody.
I remember going to World in the 90s, and they had every Toy Story character out. They had Bo Peep out. They had Rocky out. They had Rocky. They had a Rocky character.
Oh God,
They had a...
sometimes I wish I was born a few years earlier in my life, but go on.
I mean, they had the Army Men. They still have the Army Men.
Oh yeah.
But this was back before, TikTok and the internet were a thing, and if you shouted out Andy's coming, they'd freeze.
Oh God, TikTok ruins everything.
And I was like, guys, they're just trying to do their job.
Yeah,
Or what if that poor army man is he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. But
Yeah,
they just keep shouting Andy's coming. It's like, damn it.
sidebar like this. I don't want to derail it with this, but I hate how what TikTok does with the parks now that the main actress that plays the Wicked Queen doesn't have a job there anymore.
Yeah, I guess because she got too popular or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know, but
I think that's also what happened with Tally the Elf last year. Do you know Tally the Elf?
I don't know Tally the Elf.
Oh my god, you got to look up some Tally the Elf clips later because last year he was incredible. He was part of the Merry Christmas Parade. He was incredible.
Oh, I might have. I will watch those live streams sometimes.
He'll he walks around with the list. He's like, "What's your name?" And 9 out of 10 times he'll say you're on the naughty list, and then he'll razz you and keep walking down. And there's so many great TikToks of this cast member as Tally, and I think. The way the internet works is people become obsessed with him. They find out who he is, and then
the magic's over.
Yeah, and then Disney's like, "All right, well, you can't play Tally anymore."
And that's what a horrible way to lose a job.
I know, it's
there.
hey, you're doing really great at your job. We're gonna replace you.
But I digress.
Yeah.
In terms of park representation, I also remember my parents took us there again on my 12th birthday, and Jesse and Woody were posing for photos at Frontierland, which is very fitting given the Woody's Roundup theme.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You don't often see the interacting like that.
Yeah, but like Buzz Lightyear at Tomorrowland, Jesse and Woody at Frontierland makes perfect sense.
Yeah. That's like kind of like my one little like gripe about the parks right now is that like IPs are just kind of spread out everywhere with no rhyme or reason.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, I understand why Star Wars is in Hollywood Studios, but now you got Toy Story in Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom, and like, what are we doing with the Muppets? Everybody's being thrown in Epcot. Avatar is in Animal Kingdom for some reason.
Yeah, even like Animal Kingdom, it's tough to be a bug. They're replacing that with Zootopia.
Zootopia in Animal Kingdom makes sense.
It makes sense, but
I don't know why Encanto in Animal Kingdom. That seems more like an Epcot thing.
I can kind of see Encanto because the little boy that Mirabelle is friends with talks to animals.
Right, and then I think Indiana Jones is in Hollywood Studios. And he's going to be in Animal Kingdom. I don't know. Listen, we're going down a really deep rabbit hole.
Yeah,
that is probably more fitting for another podcast.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's fine. No, I don't get to talk about this stuff a lot. So, all right, some quick rapid fire questions. In hindsight, do we really think Andy loved Lightyear that much? That he really wanted a Buzz Lightyear toy? Now that we've seen the movie that he watched.
I have gripes with Lightyear. I actually watched it. I watched it last night, so I wouldn't be telling you my thoughts from like a biased point of view because I hadn't actually watched it since it was in the theaters.
You've done more research than me for this one.
I wanted to be fair because it's like I like to when I do Toy Story, I like to go through the whole franchise, even like the shorts and the 2 TV specials. I really like them.
Nice.
And I'm like I had to like wait out. It took me like a week to like say, okay, time to watch Lightyear. It had been a week since I watched 4, and I'm like, oh, it's time to watch Lightyear. But I don't know, because it's just like when you see Buzz, oh god, there's just so much that doesn't work. But it starts off nice. I like the opening scene, and I get that like we're not going to have the same characters that we got in Buzz Lightyear Star Command. I was far from expecting that, of course.
I appreciate the concept of like, oh, like, this is what Andy saw that really made him want this toy.
But it was more like, it was kind of like the final movie. It was kind of like how Logan is to the X-Men movies.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really a Buzz Lightyear origin story because he was already well, it kind of was.
But then when you see that, like, with Zurg is Buzz from the future, that threw me off.
That, I don't like that twist.
No.
At all. It makes no sense.
I'm not okay with
sense. It's a messy movie. I think it's overhated, but it's just not my thing. Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear was great.
Oh, Chris Evans was great.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the voice for it, and you know, he's also, you know, being Captain America.
Yeah. I think that script needed a few more polishes. I don't know. Do we think Sid and Andy knew each other?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I was wondering, like, have these two kids ever interacted?
Did they go in passing, or did they go to the same school? Or Sid seems like he might.
I think Sid might be a little older than Andy.
Yeah, by a couple grades.
Which, like, crazy Toy Story 6, Andy ends up marrying Sid's sister.
But you know, he's the garbage man in the 3rd movie, Grown Up Sid.
Yes,
where he's listening to heavy metal on his big headphones.
Yep,
and just banging on the barrels.
He's rehabilitated after his traumatic experience.
Yep,
that is another great scene.
You just reminded me of something else that I really wanted to address in Sid's room. We were talking about Easter eggs. Some of the funniest stuff I've seen in there.
Oh, remind me.
So on like his duffel bag. Oh no, not in his duffel bag, but there's like a bumper sticker on his wall that says "I heart explosives."
Oh, yeah.
And then when he's looking out at the window because it's raining and he's not going to be able to light the rocket, there's like a poster. It's this figure that looks like Ozzy Osbourne, but it says Mega Dork on it. So I'm like, whoever's made this poster is probably an Ozzy Osbourne fan. Probably also likes the band Megadeth.
This is a strange kid.
Yeah.
Where does he rank for you in Pixar villain tiers?
I really can't call him a villain.
Right, because he's not. He's just a kid.
Yeah, it's like the way he treats toys. It's like no different than
Every other kid.
Bart Simpson taking a magnifying glass to his army men.
Bart Simpson.
Yeah.
Oh, Sid and Bart Simpson would be quite the pair. Thoughts on the belief that Mr. Potato Head is the film's actual villain?
I mean,
I don't know. I think it was a Super Carlin video that like was like theorizing that Mr. Potato Head is like actually the villain, who's like kind of like had it out for Woody the entire film.
Yeah.
Saw an in to get him out and took advantage of it.
I hope Andy pulls your voice box out, you creep.
Well, there's like that line where like he's like, so you couldn't stand another toy taking some of your space, so you got rid of them. And they're like, well, what's going to happen when Andy starts playing with me? You're going to throw me out the window? And then there's like this whole thing. They're like, oh, maybe Mr. Potato Head was Andy's favorite toy until Woody came along. I don't know. I like film theories like that. But hey,
that's just a theory.
No.
A film theory.
Don't sue me. Many people have brought this question up in the past, and I want to know your take on it because, you know, people love to nitpick movies. If Buzz doesn't know he's a toy, why does he always freeze when people are around?
That's a good question. I don't know. Because Space Rangers are supposed to be in hypersleep until awakened by authorized personnel.
I just like it's survival instincts, honestly.
Yeah.
If someone were to say to you this is a Christmas film, what would you say?
So I know that at the very end of the movie, it's Christmas. Mm-hmm. The Army men have the baby monitor hidden in the Christmas tree.
Yes.
I know this is a big movie that they play on Freeform every year. So when the commercial plays, it montages like Santa Claus is coming to town and the Grinch, and then just that one scene in Toy Story.
Yeah.
Where Woody says, "Isn't that mistletoe?" Yeah,
Freeform really like loves to shove the Toy Story films down our throats in the 25 Days of Christmas for some reason.
But there is another reference that it took me like years to get when Christmas, when the Army men are in the Christmas tree and they say, "Frankincense, this is myrrh."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's another good one. We talked about this a little bit in the last one. If the Best Animated Feature Oscar existed back in the 90s, is there any chance Toy Story doesn't win?
Let's see. What came out in 95? We got Pocahontas,
a Goofy movie,
The Pebble and the Penguin.
The Pebble and the Penguin. Casper, as you pointed out.
Yeah, Casper.
If that counts. I can't think of anything else. Babe.
I'm not sure what else. I'm not sure what else came out in 95.
I think it would win.
Yeah.
I think you would definitely get like Toy Story, Pocahontas, and I don't know. I guess I'll say Pebble and the Penguin because Don Bluth.
Yeah.
And then Toy Story just clean sweeps. Yeah.
I think so. Or maybe
I can't think of.
I don't know.
Else that came out that
I don't
year.
know how long it took from the dub it in the U.S., but Ghost in the Shell.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, Ghost in the Shell
that
at least came out in Japan in 95.
Oh, maybe that would have snuck in.
Maybe.
I don't know. What year did Rock-a-Doodle-Doo come out?
Rock-a-Doodle was 91.
Okay, that's definitely not happening. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Rock-a-Doodle-Doo gonna sweep in and take it away from Beauty and the Beast. What do you think allows audiences to connect with Toy Story, even like after 30-plus years?
You know, and I'm not just talking about the generation that was there in 95. Mm-hmm. Like, even like any child today that, you know, is probably watching Toy Story on Disney Plus right now as we speak. Mm-hmm. Those movies are now growing up with them in real time as they did with us. Only like they're able to watch all four of them at the same time, in one go. Mm-hmm. But you know, for our generation and a couple more, allowing us to like still connect with these characters. You know, Andy goes to college. Oh, now the toys have a new owner. It makes you wonder the kind of life that, you know, my toys probably had when they were given away to a neighbor's kid. Mm-hmm. And I feel like Toy Story 5 is going to be a good testament to it, especially with the tablet character.
I think I didn't need or want a fifth movie, but I think it's good how they spread them out, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were to meet a person that had never seen Toy Story, how would you pitch it to them?
Oh, dear.
How would you get them to watch this movie?
I have no idea, to be honest. I'm speechless on this one. Because it's just like every adult is different. I feel like it'd be easier to show it to a child at a certain age, but I feel like it has to grow. You have to grow into it.
I feel like it's a universe. It's a very universal story, right?
Right.
Like, oh, you played with toys as a child? Watch this movie.
Okay.
Maybe you'll have like a better appreciation of it. I don't know. That's my take. I don't know.
Yeah.
The comments will tell me otherwise.
However, I know in interviews during the first movie, a lot of like adults loved the inside jokes.
Oh yeah, as we've discussed, there were a lot of jokes that just went right over our heads.
And I just remember in a documentary on one of the DVDs, Walt Disney's nephew Roy Disney, said with like confidence, "Oh, Walt would have loved Toy Story."
Oh yeah,
and I'm like,
I think that's the gold seal of approval right there.
I think so too.
Yeah. And last question: why does Toy Story matter to you?
Toy Story matters to me for like the same reason why Winnie the Pooh matters to me. It's just like it's a very crucial piece of just everybody's childhood. And it's a movie that teaches you about growing up, but and your friends are always going to be there. You don't have to don't grow up completely, but change happens.
And there's friends there to help you through it.
Yeah, and some of those friends will still be there when you come back.
Wow, that was great. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
This was a great 2-part adventure.
Yeah, there's so much more that we could talk about, but with four movies are great. They're all great as standalone movies.
Yeah. Well, you'll just have to come back, as you know.
Oh yeah.
But this is awesome. Well, you know what? Let's just random question. Let's have you rank the 3 movies that you've talked about on this podcast. So that's Toy Story, Goofy Movie, and Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
So Who Framed Roger Rabbit is my favorite movie of all time. So that's up top. Toy Story would be in the second spot, and a Goofy Movie number 3.
Respectable. I like it. Awesome. Thanks, John.
Thanks. Great to be here again.
Yeah, great to have you. And thank you all for coming back to another episode of Movies That Matter. Remember, you can find us on Spotify, YouTube, or wherever you find your podcasts. If you'd like to get in touch with me about the show, you can reach me either here at Gmail or Instagram at Movies That Matter Pod. Don't forget to like and follow. You can also be my friend on Letterboxd at Chris Loves Films. At this time, my last 5 watches were Not Just a Goof, a Goofy Movie, Toy Story, 2023's Boston Strangler, and The Emperor's New Groove. Again, one of those things is not like the other. Is there an echo in here? Maybe. I don't know. Folks, the real world is scary. Don't forget to love each other. When life gets too scary, immerse yourself in your favorite movie or piece of media. Don't worry about box office numbers or Rotten Tomatoes scores. Just watch what you love. Entertainment is subjective, and that's not a bad thing. Until next time, this has been Chris Flaherty with John Vias. Thank you for listening to Movies That Matter.